Hey, this will be a video chart on LOCN. Did this one a couple days ago. However, I used the day or the 5-minute chart for it because at that time, if we go to the daily chart, you can see that it essentially just looked like that, and there wasn't too much you could tell from it. But over the course of the past few days, the chart's taken a little bit better shape, but still, the daily chart is kind of limited in what it can tell you. So for this video, instead of using the 5-minute or daily chart, I'm going to bump it up and we'll go over the 60-minute chart because this paints a much better picture of kind of what's been going on and how bullish the chart has actually been. Now looking here, you can see that the chart has been trending very nicely, just like you'd want to see it. It's gone through some consolidations and then broken off into higher moves. And if you were to look in a charting textbook, this would be a legitimate candidate that you could put in there to use as an example. So real quick, just kind of breaking down the chart since the last time I did it, like I said, it was back during this initial big move. But we've had what are sticking out two main consolidations. One was a little longer than the other. We first had this pennant flag, whatever you want to call it, formation, where you had the initial breakout, consolidated, broke up, and then this one lasted over the course of a couple days. Once again, bull flag, bull pennant, whatever you want to call it, where it consolidated, pulled back, but the key was on these two breakout days, you look at the high volume, and then this whole time during the consolidation, check out how much volume dropped, and that's what you want to see during consolidation periods. And then when it did break out, you can see that not only did the price just take off, volume was higher also. Now the thing to keep in mind with that is, yes, during this period and during this breakout, volume bars were much bigger, but keep in mind what the price was. The price was sub 10 cents. On these moves here, where the volume did grow but wasn't quite as big, now we're talking about over 10 cents a share. So dollar volume wise, my bet would be these are pretty similar, or possibly these days were actually larger. So keep that in mind. There is a big difference actually between shares traded and dollar volume, because as the share price gets more expensive, obviously that's going to be the volume shares traded aren't going to be as big. That's why you see 1 billion shares traded on some stocks, but then you look at the price and it's 0001 and 0002. So that's something to keep in mind with this volume. Sure, it's not as big as these, but dollar volume wise, it's definitely bigger than what it was during the consolidation period. So that's a good thing to see. Now in terms of resistances and supports, I know the last time it was basically in a blue sky breakout, and that's essentially the same thing. We do have some resistances that were put in over the past couple days, the newest one being right here at 18 cents. That's where the bears decided to step in and people took some profits, but it's not like they stepped in and the thing collapsed. It just did a little bit more consolidating. So 18 cents right now is going to be the key area of resistance, but at the same time, because it is in essentially a blue sky territory with another big volume surge, I don't see 18 cents putting up that much of a fight, but nonetheless it is technically an area of resistance. Now in terms of supports, the key support that I'm watching is going to be right down here, and hopefully it doesn't drop all the way down here, but it could, and as long as this level were to hold, the chart would remain bullish, and this level's at 8.5 cents, 0.085, and I'll explain this in a second. So I'm going to make that extra thick, but as we all know, uptrends, that's the name of the game. That's what we want to see. And the price could technically come all the way down here, bounce around, and then head back up. And what we would still have is a set of lows right here. Then we'd have this set of lows right here, and then the other set down here. Each one of these lows is higher than the other, which then gives us the ability to draw an uptrend line, and that's what we want to see. So yeah, I know most people wouldn't want to see it drop all the way down here to this 8.5 cents, but if it did and it held, then the daily chart would still be intact, and from a technical standpoint, the chart would still remain and have an edge to the bull. So that's going to be the key level to watch. Other ones would be right around this 12-cent area, but at the end of the day, 8.5 cents is the key level where if there is a bigger pullback, the bulls really need to dig in there and not let it, give it up to the bears. So if there are any other questions on the chart, please let me know. If not, I'd encourage you to check out bullwarriorstocks.com. If you go there and sign up for the free newsletter, you'll be sent a free ebook, and with your newsletter subscription, you'll get chart setups, trade ideas, educational pieces, all sorts of things from big boards down to penny stocks. So there's a good variety, something for everybody, and it is all free. We've been making some good money together on the alerts, so I'd encourage you to head to the website, sign up, and give it a try. One more time, this was LOCN. Thanks for listening.